Malaysia has been ranked the second worst country for work-life balance among 60 of the highest gross domestic product nations globally. The ranking was based on an actual study done by Remote, a human resource company specializing in connecting employers with international talents, which analyzed data collected back in March 2023. Factors contributing to this ranking include long working hours, high job demands, and a culture that often prioritizes work over personal life. Many Malaysians face challenges in balancing their professional responsibilities with personal time, leading to increased stress and burnout. I personally resonate with this, and I'm sure many of you do too. I would also say, one thing that people might not be aware is it can be just the energy from the environment or the people around you is enough to suck your mental energy and constantly keeping you on edge or unconsciously switching on this fight or flight survival mode, raising your cortisol level, which is your stress hormone. So to put things into context about my brief story, I have been working for this current oil and gas company back in 2019 and has been in project mode ever since. In 2021, I experienced a full-blown burnout episode in which my body just suddenly froze in the car. I remember that hopeless feeling as I was unable to move my body and tears were just rolling down my cheek. The heaviness and dark thoughts were so overwhelming and caught me by surprise. Till this day, it seems to affect me in many ways. Example, I have limited mental capacity whereby I just feel like I can't push myself further in decision making or in critical discussions. I still experience the mental exhaustion whereby I tend to abandon myself, like the little things, not cooking a healthy meal for myself or going for a workout after I finish my work. Since it has a profound impact on me, I have tried to be very mindful and intentional by being more attuned to my body and mind as to not hit rock bottom in that dark abyss again. Hence today, I will be sharing the 3 things I wish I knew about my 9-to-5 job and the ways to navigate by making some space for your personal life and your growth, as well as to avoid the same pitfall that I faced. So firstly, being busy doesn't equate to productivity. Work smart and prioritize well. Majority of us fall into this trap, including myself, the trap of living by default, by the societal norm in which we are in this hustle-bustle culture to the point where majority is wearing busyness as a badge of honor, glorifying this constant activity. In today's world, people often equate being busy with being successful or important, but that mindset, if without proper intention and planning, can lead to stress and burnout. Hence, it's important to zoom out, review back your schedule, organize it accordingly, by prioritizing your tasks for the day, including remove unnecessary distraction, which I will elaborate more. Example, non-stop back-to-back meeting invites. Actually, there's no harm to ask the meeting organizer if you are truly needed to attend for such meeting. Focus on what truly matters, achieving the balance and work smart by conserving that energy, time, and mental bandwidth for important tasks. Sometimes there are even meetings scheduled during lunchtime, which I totally against of. I would personally highlight that as I need my lunch break, not only to fuel my body, but to give that space for mental clarity as well as to be away from my work desk, just recharge. I remember while working from home in this project mode during the pandemic, I have failed to plan and forgo my training and annual leave, thinking that I should focus and work hard to ensure the team meets the deadlines. But in that busyness and isolation, I didn't even realize it has taken a toll on my overall wellness. So learning to step back from the urgency culture isn't about ignoring your responsibilities or ghosting the world. It's about learning how to take back part of yourself, your life, so that you can prioritize the things that matter the most and stop feeling so overwhelmed and undernourished. Secondly, stop being too reactive. Instead, be mindful and intentional. Check in with yourself throughout the day. Now, I would schedule time to check my emails by batches, as I would like to focus on my planned tasks rather than reading and responding to every single new emails that arrive. This simple step is so vital to eliminate distraction, as it does not bring much productivity for your daily tasks that are to be completed. Since I'm in project mode, dealing with people is often the daunting task. Sometimes receiving off-putting emails or subpar quality deliverables will easily drive one up to the wall. Hence, I normally try to resist or not to respond immediately or dwell too long in that negative situations or conversation that evolves around it. If needed, I will actually walk away from my desk for quick mental clarity just by moving my body, as I'm an advocate of incorporating body movement throughout your day, including in the office. So remember, where you place your attention is actually where your energy flows. This is a very important insight that I've learned from Dr. Joe Dispenza. Other distractions, such as immediately respond to every notification on your Microsoft Teams DM when you are focusing on your current task. If you really have to reply, you can always say you will revert after you complete your current task on hand. I used to do that a lot previously, in which I'll just immediately reply to each of the notifications that arise while I was doing some other tasks. So I thought like people would judge me if I'm not like responding promptly or being lazy or not productive, even though there's actually an option of putting your status as focused, busy, or do not disturb. But I realize some may have abused that usage. Unless it is really needed, then I will use that as to relay the message that I'm currently in deep focus to complete a specific task. So, on to the next tip is to create the work-life balance, practicing healthy boundaries. I bet all of you often hear this work-life balance. What the heck is this? It's so easy for us to just say it out loud, but practicing it is another story. So we can't deny the fact that some people do tie their identity closely to their work, including myself. So they're finding much of our self-worth, purpose, and social identity in our professional roles. This connection can drive us to strive for excellence and feel fulfilled through accomplishment. However, it can also lead to challenges, especially if work becomes the sole source of identity, causing stress or that sense of loss if career setbacks occur. So this identity work link is often shaped by our cultural values, personal ambition, and the need for validation, which also often link back to our childhood or how we grew up in the past, making it both motivating but at some times can be limiting. So this is especially true for some of us as well who grew up as a people pleaser or always trying to be the best in life, which I could personally relate as I grew up in a broken family, trying to be a good daughter, good student, conscientious and hardworking employee, thinking that's the way to live a good life. Now, I've come to the realization of how all of this while I had shut off listening to my inner voice, my wants and needs to live a fulfilling life. I never put myself first at a very young age because I have these heavy responsibilities to ensure my sisters were taken care of and food are ready on the table for my family, especially when my mom had to work. So my boundaries were blurred until I entered into my adulthood. So ask yourself now, what fulfills you? What do you like to do during your free time? Or what are your hobbies? They say, know thyself, so go within yourself and write it down. Explore those thoughts of yours. To truly live a fulfilling life, you have to separate your work life with your personal life as to continue to pursue your passion, your goals. If you are struggling to answer those questions, then it might be a time to reflect and take action. It is okay to realize that you might not have the immediate answers now, but that self-awareness, it's never too late for you to reflect upon and take the necessary actions. Even during your busy work days, carve out some time for mini breaks. In my case, I like to walk around the office, so just up and down the staircase, just to get my body movement, which often gives me the space for mental clarity as well. Remember, our body is not meant to just sit for long hours or remain sedentary for too long. Simple things like going back on time as a way to prioritize your personal life, like making sure you stick to your workout plan, social life to maintain the connection in your life, which also contributes to your overall well-being, but as well as that sense of purpose. Clock out from the office on time doesn't necessarily mean that one is not busy for the day, but in fact, it is also to draw that healthy boundary in which you have given your best in those working hours, and now it's time to focus and prioritize your life as well. Remember, we are not meant to live just for work. As the saying goes, all work, no play makes Jack a dull boy. So stop being just this one-dimensional person, go out and live life with exuberance. Also, if you are overwhelmed with your task, don't be afraid to have an open communication with your superior, share your challenges, and also providing some useful solution or feedback to make things happen efficiently, rather than just keeping it to yourself and causing unnecessary stress. You know, sometimes some of us are so mentally drained that the simple things like cooking a meal after work or going for your workout seem so unfeasible. What's more to pursue on your passion or your hobbies, right? Then this is a sign that actually you are slowly neglecting yourself. Know that it is not easy, but if you are determined with your intentions, with resilience and striving for a balanced life, I can say that it will cultivate creativity, promotes curiosity and new experiences, which leads to a more fulfilling life outside of your job. On hindsight, this actually contributes to a better motivation, positivity, and enhance your job performance in your professional work as well. So, it's a win-win situation, isn't it? Remember, sometimes you just don't see the warning of burnout as you are so engrossed and used to that daily routine, the hustle bustle, till one day it catches you off guard. Hence, plan out your self-care routine, hobbies, your social life apart from your professional life. The ultimate goal is happiness and achieving personal goals, which give that sense of purpose and fulfillment in life. No more sloppy living life by default, and never stop working towards your dream, no matter where you are in your career. I hope my sharings have provided you some valuable insights as we grind our way into the 9-to-5 job with the awareness of balancing professional and personal goals to create a fulfilling and well-rounded life.